You hit the start of your career in your early 20s.
I ain't really know what I was doing. I was still a kid.
Were you in the state of mind that they were gonna go platinum?
Man, I was going through it. Like, I was kind of depressed. I had labels calling me. I ended up signing a deal.
What was the inspiration behind those?
I just took a flick with your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
We are here at Vocal Inc. Production. This is the Bean Dip, the most versatile podcast in the world, with a very special guest. He is in town in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself. This is Kap G.
Yeah. What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, man. No problem.
How you doing today? What brings you to Charlotte?
Just had a couple, stuff I had to do. Shoot a video out here, hit the studio, getting some work done.
Get some work done.
Yes,
yeah, no, it was cool to catch you while you were here. How long you gonna be in town for?
I'm gonna leave out tomorrow. I've been out here like 2 days already.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta? Where'd you grow up?
South Atlanta, like College Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a little rough area? I hear some things about the south side of
Yeah,
Atlanta.
it was pretty rough. I'd say it's rough for sure.
Okay, cool.
It's
So
like any other hood type shit.
what was like your upbringing like growing up out there?
My upbringing, I say it was different. I done traveled the world now. It was different, So out there, if you know about Atlanta is a thriving black city. So, coming out there in the 90s, my family, mom and dad, I'm the youngest, so my brothers, my sister, my mom and dad, immigrants from Mexico, bringing the children, they from, like I said, my brothers and sisters from Cali, coming to Atlanta, it was a lot different, you know what I'm saying, just being a child there, but yeah, it was crazy, just like any other city. I don't know, you gotta kind of,
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the West Coast. I'm from Arizona, so
Arizona, I be out there all the time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
that's dope.
so
We're gonna have to link when we're out there, but
exactly.
now that's cool. So, as you were coming up in the southern part of Atlanta, what was it that got your start into making music?
What was my start? So I always loved music, as you can see, like Atlanta is going crazy in the hip hop world. So me being a youngin', I've always listened to T.I., the Jeezys, the Gucci's, Outkast. So it just always been around me without knowing. And then I guess growing up, my homeboy, the video game called, what is called, like Rock Band. So my homeboy, he made a studio out of that mic, just recording on the computer, and from there, like I always knew about hip hop. I loved hip hop. I even tried to write some music here and there, but I never really knew about the technology, like how the hell to record. But it just kind of came upon, and we just started recording, and that's how I really just started taking it serious. And my older brother Juan, I would say he like a visionary. Like he always put me on stuff that wasn't around me. So, when he seen we was doing music, and he was already trying to like get into the music world as far as like building a team to write music for certain artists like R&B, stuff like that. When he seen us doing it, he just kind of got behind us, because I was in a group too before I was my own artist. That's where my name Kap G come from, Kap. So the group was called Kap, Kids at Play. And he just, got behind us, and we just started from there.
How old are you around that time?
I was like, I could have been like 14, 15, whatever age you is, like in the 9th grade, like 14.
Yeah, you'd be outside hanging out with the homies and
Exactly.
I believe we're around the same age.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool though. So that's what like fueled you to just start making music. You had like a little team called Kap, which was Kids at Play.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that transitioned into making something like hits. So how was it that you got from there to the start of your career? Because you hit the start of your career in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'd say like 17, 18, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it that got you from those 3 years of grinding to the start of your success?
So to break it down, I say, so like it was a lot different in those times. Like I would say me and the group, Kap, we was kind of ahead of our time. Like we was already shooting videos, how everybody shoot videos now, putting them up on YouTube. Our videos was getting like in high school like 500,000 to 1,000,000 views already. But it was a lot different than now because now if you get 500,000 views or more, like it's spread it. You know, it's not just coming from your city. It might come from the neighboring state. You know what I'm saying? But all our views came straight from Atlanta. So we was kind of ahead of our time. We wasn't really monetizing it, like knowing how to make money from it. So from there, I think like when I was getting out of high school, like 17, 18, I just knew like, I guess just thinking in the future, like, man, shit, if I'm gonna really do something, I need to take this serious. So from there, I kind of just got out of high school, just start really like studying music and really trying to find myself how I want to come. And then I ended up doing a feature with Chief Keef, like before he just kind of really blew up. He was already going crazy in Chicago. And a friend told me about him. We got the feature early on, shot the video, and dropped it, put it on, I don't know if you remember the World Star days, put it on World Star.
For sure.
Went crazy. And probably like a few months later, like I had labels calling me. I ended up signing a deal like a couple months later, you know. So it just all went kind of fast. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. So when you made that feature with Chief Keef, where was that recorded at?
It was recorded at, shout out to Amari. It was recorded at his spot. So he had a studio in his spot, like on Boulevard in Atlanta. We recorded it up there. I remember writing the song though. I was staying with my brother at the time, who got me into music, Juan, and I wrote the song just regular day. Heard the beat. I think I used to go to like, you know, type beats on YouTube. Got the beat. The dude named Kid Cray made the beat. I wrote the song, then recorded it. Then that was the song, and yeah, we just sent it. They sent it back. That's how it came about.
I mean, as you were coming up after that feature with Chief Keef, did that open more doors for you?
Yeah. Like I said, I got signed. Like
who were you signed to in the beginning?
Atlantic Records.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
that's big.
I got signed from there. It was a lot of labels calling me from there, like Def Jam. I don't really remember, but a lot of people was hitting me up, you know. And yeah, so we did that. Then from there, that's when I kind of entered like the label type stuff, major label, Atlantic, being with Atlantic. It was different too, cause you got to think now, like we got streaming. You know, I don't even think Spotify was made yet when I got signed, like 2012 basically. So it was still like the industry trying to figure out how to make money from, I think it was like that time, like they were trying to figure out how to make more money from music. Yeah, so I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just, yeah.
Yeah, the streaming services are crazy nowadays, because back then everything would be based off of album sales.
Exactly.
And now it's streams. I don't even know how that, I mean, I'm not an artist, so I don't even know how that would work.
Exactly.
So how would that equate to, like, because I know you have some platinum hits, right?
Yeah.
So did you make those platinum hits before the Apple Music and Spotify? What was it before? No, I'm saying, was it?
I think right at the same time.
Okay.
So I don't know the exact year that it was created, but it was around that time though, like 2016. It could have been created 14 or 15. I don't know.
What were the songs that went platinum?
So Girlfriend went platinum and Marvelous Day.
Marvelous. Okay.
Yeah.
So you only have two I mean, not only.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Dang. So when you were making these hits, were you in the state of mind that they were gonna go platinum, or?
Nah. I wasn't even. I was just doing music for the love of it, and I don't know. I just wasn't thinking that deep. You know, platinum. I just wanted just whatever I was on last week just to beat that. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, always be better than the previous.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so sick, bro. And so when you made what was it, Marvelous? You said, and
yeah,
Girlfriend.
Marvelous Day, yeah.
Okay.
Girlfriend.
So, what was the inspiration behind those songs?
So Girlfriend is more like a fun song. I just took a flick with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say at that time it's crazy because okay, cool, that sounds like some club type stuff, but actually that day, man, I was going through it. Like I was kind of depressed, going through like regular label type stuff. Like I was recording every day in the studio, none of my music really coming out. So I was just kind of confused. And I remember that same day I'm with my producer, just me and him in the studio, and I'm like, man, like I don't even want to record today. Like I don't even want to do music no more. Like what we doing? Like I've been grinding for so long. Like ain't nothing really happening. So my producer Squat, he told me, man, I'm about to pull up to the other studio. Just pull up after. It's gonna be straight. And I ain't really even want to go, but I ended up going, and I made the song Girlfriend. That's how that came about. And then Marvelous Day was just, same thing, just good energy around the studio. So it wasn't that deep with Marvelous Day. It just kind of happened more simply, but yeah.
No, that's dope though. I mean, a lot of music does come from, I guess, experience because it's the form of expression.
Yeah.
So as you were climbing up from those platinum hits, and you've worked with like Chief Keef, you've worked with Wiz Khalifa, you've worked with I think it said T.I.
Yeah.
So as you were working with these other people, are there other artists that you would like to work with that you're still trying to attain?
Nah, not really. I don't know. I feel like, that it kind of be in your system when you're new to the game, but when you kind of start seeing how stuff really is, I really don't be caring to work with anybody. I'd rather just do it all with my team, whoever rocking with me. But I'm not against doing features and stuff, but I'm just more like, I want it to be more organic, I guess. Like if you want to work, let's do it. But I ain't about to be, just chasing or, just trying to work with people. If it happens, we cross paths, let's do it. I'm more that type.
So there's no like dream collab that you have like on your mind?
Nah, I don't. I'm just more focused on me, like making the best music I can make.
I like that. It kind of reminds me of this interview I saw with Mexican OT.
Okay.
Someone asked him like, "Yo, wouldn't you want to work with like Drake?" And he's like, "Why, bro? Like, I just want to work with whoever want to work with me. It's not like about the." So that's where like the passion comes into play. So when you have a passion and you're making a profit, how do you distinguish the two? So how do you determine whether it's more for profit or more for passion?
I don't know. I just know like it's a passion, but I'm a businessman at the end of the day too. So like,
yeah, you got to make a living.
Yeah, I think for me it's not really like that deep. I just look at it like shit. The business goes with the passion goes with the business. Like, so if I'm gonna drop an album, I look at things like a CEO. Like, okay, I'm gonna drop an album. I'm making this much off it. I own this much of it, and it just. I guess I don't know. I just know how to move as a businessman. So shit, if you gonna do something, you might as well make money from it.
Might as well. I mean, now in this day and age, it's a lot more lucrative to follow your passion with the access of the internet and the access to.
Because if you don't, you can get exploited regardless. Like go sign a deal, lose all your rights, make a hit song, make a crazy album, sign your rights away. They give you upfront money. So at the end of the day, you might as well look at it like a business. You know what I mean? Because if not, you're gonna kind of get messed over, and you're gonna wish you would have looked at it like a business instead of just passion. So you got to kind of do both at the same time. It kind of coexists with each other,
No, that makes sense. Yeah, because when you look at a label, they're kind of like a bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they kind of, I guess, fund what you're doing, and then when you return.
Exactly. So they kind of like killing you like with the profit wise on the back end. So, I always tell artists like it ain't nothing wrong with, doing, not saying bad deals, but just doing something that don't make, where it's not making more sense on your end, it's not bad doing it. But if you're gonna do it, take a win for a loss where the contract terms are not forever. Like you're gonna be stuck there. Like get it over with. Because I will say a label they can blow you up.
Mm-hmm.
They can blow
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
for sure. I mean, that
You know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying?
That's what they're there for.
So it's
is
just about how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have a plan like, damn, I know they getting more on their end, but like I'm just giving them 2 projects or 1 project,
Mm-hmm.
and I know once I turn up, I'm gonna be good. I'm out my deal. I can go do a whole new project. They done blew me up, this, that, but if you're doing 6 albums with them, you're gonna be with them for at least more than 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an album a year seems pretty accurate. Are you still currently running with the label Atlantic Records, or what's going on now?
I got out of my deal like 2020, so I'm just 100% independent.
For the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Would you say that you resonate with that being more independent than being with the label? Is it the same work ethic? Or do you see it like it hinders your ability?
I would say it's the same work ethic, but it's just whatever energy I'm getting, you know. So right now being independent, I'm probably working a lot more harder, but
Mm-hmm.
on the back end, it's gonna work out more for me.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, my plan is just getting a lot more leverage because even though I've been independent for 5 years, I haven't really dropped a lot of music because I just haven't been in my right mental. So this is probably my first time this year really just being consistent. So right now, you know, just dropping more music. So when the time comes, if I do want to go with a label, it's not going to be like I'm signing with them directly. It's going to be more like a partnership.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I already know what I'm doing. I literally do everything from every angle on my music. I got my own producers, got my own cameraman, just everything. So the only thing I would probably need them on is on their connections as far as like marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the Spotify's to Apple Music to Billboards to, you know, whatever they got. So yeah, it'll have to be a partnership, you know.
Instead of like a...
Yeah, because it's not like I really need the money or anything. But I feel like as far as upcoming artists, labels are good because, you know, shit, life is hard. So if you worrying about bills, you got a family, you trying to take care of your kid, it's kind of hard, you know, trying to lock in 100% music, even though it still can be done though, but it's kind of hard. So I get it why people go with labels, but like, you know, it just depends what makes sense for you.
No, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
How has your identity evolved from the first music that you've made to now?
I just think I'm a little bit more sharper now. Like, not to say I let the fans think whatever, you know, whatever they think. They think my old music better, they think my new music better, whatever, you know. But I think I'm a lot more sharper now. Like, you know, back then, I ain't really know what I was doing. I was just doing it. It was more raw, you know. I ain't really know what I was doing, but the music was still coming out amazing. And now I kind of, you know, like I learned, kind of like putting yourself through school. Like I know how to make a song now. I could really make a verse, make a hook, know when to put this in there, do that, all that. So I just think I'm a little more sharper now and have more of a vision also, you know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was watching some of the music videos that you had because I wasn't, you know, this was the kind of like last minute for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of doing a little bit of research and watching some of your videos, and I liked the production on The Mexicans Ain't Going Anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that song, bro.
Yeah,
I like that song.
Yeah,
I like how you're really in tune with like your heritage.
Yeah, I just did that. Shout out to Clayco Beats. Yeah, we just did that like spur of the moment, bro. I think he got this studio out there in Atlanta, and he was like, man, we need to make something for the people. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I probably put up a couple days later. He played the beat, made that one. As soon as we was done with it, we was like, bro, we got to shoot the video. We started planning the video.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we got it done, bro. So that's on the project Free the Homies, which that even project was supposed to drop like in 2020. But when the pandemic happened, I ended up dropping it. So I just kind of waited until the perfect time, which was now. So
That was a weird time.
yeah,
No, yeah, I like the visuals. I like the song, and I like a lot of people who express their true feelings.
yeah,
And like put that in a song.
exactly. And especially in this industry, or even just in the United States, like the reason why I do that because, like I said, when I was younger, I was just kind of more raw. I didn't really know what was going on. I was still a kid. Now I'm a lot more older. I done learned a lot of stuff, even from the people I meet, like my fans. When I go to different states, or even in my land, like in Atlanta, they'll tell me how much I'm an inspiration to them. And even though I've been putting on for the people since back then, like now I really, really get it. And you got to think, like Hispanics, like especially in Atlanta, like in different places it's different. It's already like a lot of generations of Hispanics there, but in Atlanta, a lot of people came there like in the 90s. So like I know I'm a first generation Mexican American, and we don't really got a lot of people to look up to, you know what I'm saying, who the same color as us. So,
Right.
I just try to push that, for our people because it's like my parents, they work regular jobs like mom housekeeping, my dad construction, driving trucks, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really have much to look up to, but I did have brothers and sisters who was ahead of their time who I could look up to. So that's kind of like how I am with the people. Like I try to put them on. Like, look, we ain't got to be doing this, landscaping, this, that. You could be a doctor. You could be, a rapper. You could be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, just give them somebody to look up to.
Oh, that's deep, bro. That's deep. Yeah, I also like the other song, "A Day Without a Mexican." You had the folklorico dancer in it.
Yeah.
And that just reminded me of like back home in Arizona, and we had like those because they did like the classes.
Exactly.
Back then it was more like school isn't about culture no more. It's,
Yeah.
Like back then they would have like all the folklorico dancers, and they would like do shows.
Yeah.
Like I remember just that in like elementary school. Maybe it's because where I was from.
Yeah.
But
no, that's dope. Yeah.
yeah, I really like how in tune you are with your heritage.
For
So
sure.
with the media and that type of music, it could come off as kind of like controversial, because it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Would you think that would aid you to grow in this business, or do you think it hinders your ability?
Uh,
Because some people can twist the narrative and make it
Exactly.
anti-America.
I don't think it need. I don't know. I don't really even think that deep into it. Like, I just do what I feel. And one thing I've learned about my career, like most times when you just do stuff like for what you believe in and not really trying to force stuff, like it usually works. So I don't think it hinders me. I think if anything, it's gonna work out for me in my favor because I'm being true to who I am. And I don't really care to be like. It's not hindering me because it's like as long as I got people who fuck with me who really. Or
Who really rock with you,
exactly. I'd rather have 10,000 fans who really rock with me than having the whole world who just
Fake.
listen. Yeah, fake. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna turn on me whenever, like. So yeah.
The true fans are the ones that are gonna be there for you
Exactly.
when because at the end of the day, there's a lot of haters. People like to twist stuff. So I mean,
Exactly.
that's good that you don't really care about it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
And I also seen you were in a movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Dope. How did that come about?
Man, that's crazy. So just to even sprinkle back how we were talking about earlier, like, so I got signed like 2012, and the industry was a lot of different. It wasn't a lot of info out. So I had to kind of figure it out, and as the years went by, I would say like I got shelved by the label. But I just kept working, bro, and I ended up meeting Pharrell from the person, my A&R at the time, KP, and he put me in the studio with Pharrell, and Pharrell ended up taking a liking into me, like really liking my stuff, ended up doing a deal with Pharrell, and then he was working on dope, what would you call that, I guess like executive producing dope. And man, he got me a tryout or audition for it. Ended up getting it. And yeah, that's how I got on it. That was my first time ever really acting, So it came out cool.
Yeah, I watched the scene where that dude, or you're like, hit me.
Yeah,
And I started laughing, bro.
Everybody like, did that shit hurt? Like, man, that man ain't hit me. Stop playing with me.
Yo, you pulled the gun out. I was like, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I'm in the industry, you know, like I film and like I went to film school. So like,
Okay.
I could admire stuff like that. You know,
That's
I like when artists go into like different forms of business.
And it was so fun, bro. That jump was fun. Like in the beginning, that jump was nerve-wracking, bro, because like, okay, cool, I get up there early, I'm in the trailer and all that. So I'm walking in there, it wasn't no like, I did meet the people who was on there, but it was pretty like fast, you know, and then they just kind of threw me in there. Like, I'm like, okay, shit, we getting started. Like, so honestly, the director, which was Rick Famuyiwa, he I think he directed and wrote The Wood. He's a great director. He didn't really like how I was doing. Like, he wasn't fucking with it. Like, so he kept pretty much pushing me to, you know, get more into my character. So at the minute, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I just started popping my shit. And a lot of the lines in there, I ain't even really, it wasn't off the paper or nothing. Like, I just kind of made them up. I just really got into the role. I was freestyling and yeah, it just worked out. Every time, you know, like you said, like people would see the movie, they always like, even though it wasn't that long, people always rock with it. Like, damn, you did your thing.
No, it's pretty cool. I mean, any press is good press. Do you see yourself doing any more acting roles, or you good on that?
Hell yeah, I will. You know, I just think that's a different industry. So, you know, it's not, unless you know the right people, it's not really as easy to get into it. You got, just like anything, you got to put hard work into it. So, you know, I just haven't had the time to. My passion for real is on music. But if an opportunity or something comes, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I definitely want to do more.
No, that's sick. That'd be fun. So we're gonna go back to the music a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about the cultural divide in the hip hop industry.
Yeah.
So being that you're a Mexican American.
Yeah.
So being that you're a Mexican American in a prominently, it would be, I guess, black culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's a prominently black culture in the hip hop industry. How did that affect your rise to the top, being that it's dominated by
how did it affect it?
Because like growing up in Atlanta, you know,
yeah,
Mexican making music.
I don't know if it affected me. I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I guess I just don't really think about stuff like that because I don't know, but I don't really think it affected me. You know, if anything, I feel like it helped me because if like, I know we got so much internet now, but like if you really from Atlanta and like you know about Kap G, like you know my stuff is very like everybody rock with me out there. It's very organic. You know, it's just like something for the culture. Like I'm a part of the culture, so I don't know. I wouldn't say it, you know, made it harder, but yeah, I wouldn't even know how to answer that. But they, you know, I just did what any other artist did. I just grinded for it. And that's how I done got here.
Yeah, because I didn't know, like, yeah, I meant it as like, did you have any struggle with it? You know, because
I don't think I had. I think I had regular struggles because being that people organically rock with me. But I think as far as in the music industry, the reason why it's not like, why it's kind of like separated where like you're not gonna see an average fan listening, whether they're white, black, don't matter what color, listening to Mexican artists. I just think it just new, you know what I'm saying? And it still has to pop a little bit more because, you know, sometimes it ain't for everybody. Who knows? But I just think it just new, you know what I mean? Like, and it's also, it ain't just the color of the skin. Like, you gotta think, like, if you from the South, you kind of want to listen to the South. If you're from the West Coast, you kind of want to listen to the West Coast type music. So it's kind of scattered right now. Like, I'm from Atlanta. I'm probably the only artist who Hispanic and came from Atlanta. And you got people coming from Texas, you got people coming from Cali. Like, it's just kind of scattered, but once it start really, like, it's new, like I said, when it start kind of really blending in and starting to heat up, I think it's just ahead of its time. I think in the next 10 years, it's going to be like, oh, yeah. It's not like you're going to have to say, like, oh, he's a Mexican artist or this. I think it's just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm listening to so-and-so, yeah.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I've seen now, I mean, there's a plethora of different race. And,
Exactly.
I don't look at people by the color of their skin. I look at the people by their values and their virtues and,
Right.
the way they carry themselves. And you have a really good demeanor. Like, the way you answer, like, the questions, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. Like, it's really, like, commendable.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So, yeah, no, bro, it's definitely like different talking to someone, like a high caliber, you have a
Yeah.
high caliber of status. So with like all these new up and coming, well, I guess I don't want to say Mexican artists because you just said that it doesn't really matter like the race or anything. But would you say you kind of paved the way for these Mexican artists or like the cultural artists, the Latin artists
Yeah.
to come up because you did pop off?
Exactly. Well, I let them tell you, but I feel like I definitely made, I put a footprint, for the path for sure because, I mean, and you can't take the history that I already made, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially coming from the South, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, same thing how I answered the last question, like, whether people say it or not, I'm just really like I was ahead of my time, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the story not done yet. But I would say I would, but I'm not that type to really just be like, oh, I did this, I did that. I'd rather let the people say it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how it gotta be.
But-
People have to, well, as you're coming up, you kind of have to be the one like, yeah, I did that, I did that, I did that. But once you're already there, then that's
Yeah.
when other people start
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
it. If you're already up there and you keep saying it, then it just comes off as like,
Exactly. But
It can, you
I
know.
definitely say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just always been a trendsetter, like, with it, for anything, you know what I'm saying? I do it for why I want to do it. It ain't to get the, somebody to say, oh, yeah, he did do that. Like, I just do it, you know what I mean? Been doing it.
what do you have currently that you're working on like for the future? At least the next 5 years.
I think for the future, just really like pushing ownership, like in music, just kind of pushing the business aspect of it. Like I'ma always make music, great music, but I think when you coming up in the game, you don't really have nothing. You coming from none, like you don't really got people telling you the information. You just kind of worried about, man, I want to be the biggest thing. I want to be on TV. I want this to happen. And you kind of forget about the business. And it's not until like, okay, you start becoming a bigger artist and you realizing like, damn, what just happened? Like, oh, I could have did this, or damn, why I'm not making this or that, you know what I'm saying? So I think I just want to push like, right now, what I'm working on is just pushing like business, like, for us minorities, whether you black or brown, whoever trying to get in music, like, just doing stuff the right way because, man, you can be so rich and wealthy without moving a single hair. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm just pushing ownership.
Right.
That's all, and just doing partnerships, all that. But like I said, I would never say like, don't go do a major label deal because you got to. Everything ain't for everybody. Some that might not work for me might work for you. So, but at the end of the day, I just want to push ownership and partnerships and, just putting that into their head, like to have a plan, not just like, oh, I want to be an artist,
What's something about Kap G that people don't understand?
Something about Kap G that people don't understand.
That you wish they did.
I don't know, I don't really care if they don't understand, I don't know. I'm just me, shit. I don't, yeah,
Yo,
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't
hey,
really give a fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think about everybody, like, so. But I'm trying to give you some that's close to an answer. Let me see that I understand. Shit, I guess I'm just growing like every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be the same person I was 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm just growing every day, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm growing for the better,
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you got to do it. Just keep grinding and grinding. What are some of the big, like, upcoming projects you have? Like, any singles? You're working on an album? Like, what is, like, within this year?
So right now, I just dropped Free the Homies. I'm working on, I'm dropping another mixtape on May 1st. It's called Real Migo Shit 5. it's like a series, a mixtape series that I've been doing like my whole career. I'm on part 5 now. After that, I'm just working on another project to put out for the summertime, like in June. And I'm just having fun with it, bro. Just whatever comes. Might make a girl album, might make a corridos album, might make a reggaeton album, whatever. I'm just having fun with it.
I've been listening to corridos lately. One of my homies, because I used to live in New Mexico.
Okay.
And a lot of people love you out there, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, the Mexican culture,
been
bro.
out there, yeah.
Albuquerque,
Yeah,
it's real, bro.
That.
Albuquerque's that city, bro. Yeah, and I've been listening to a lot of corridos, bro. My homie been putting me on to like Fuerza Regida.
Yeah.
Him and Junior H, all those dudes.
Exactly.
I don't remember all the names, but he's been putting me on to those. So who would you want to work with if you made a corrido?
If I made one, probably like Peso Pluma.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it. I don't really know too much of the people. They're dope though, man. It's a lot of dope music out there, but I know about Peso Pluma though. He hard. So
yeah, I'm trying to get because he's like friends with one of my homies that I like work with on filming.
Yeah.
He's like a snake dude.
Yeah.
And they like talk to each other. I'm like, bro, you should get Peso to put a snake in his video. That would be hard.
Yeah, he followed me on Instagram. We follow each other on Instagram.
Oh,
but
dope.
like I said, I just like letting things happen organically,
Yeah, it's the only way you gotta do. You can't force it, bro.
We'll cross paths soon. It's gonna happen,
Yeah, that's dope. What about AI?
AI, like with the music and stuff?
Yeah, how do you think that's gonna evolve it? Is it gonna be good or bad?
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. I just think personally, it's cool to me. It ain't that bad. I just like that soul though. I like, when it just come from in you, you know what I'm saying? Like you're doing it yourself. So me personally, I'm not a big fan of making AI music for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's some people who gonna do it. If they rock with it, they rock with it. But I like, you can't take that soul away from a person. So it just, I like having that soul in the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because AI can't do emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
In the delivery and the cadence is a little off, but it doesn't know emotion because it's a computer. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it might be time to start like wrapping this up because I know you're a busy man and I'm not trying to take up too much of your time.
Yes, sir.
But if you want to just let them know where they can find you, how they can find you, how to book with you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. You can follow me on Instagram. All that. It's the real Kap G, TheRealKapG. Apple Music, Spotify, you know what it is, Kap G. Check out the new music. Everything 100% independent. A lot more music coming soon. I'm on my next month when I drop. It's gonna be my second tape of the year. I'm trying to drop like 5 mixtapes this year. I'm trying to flood y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look out for the new music. It's about to be a takeover, man. Kap G. Yeah.
Yo, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you again for your time. And then we're going to go ahead and conclude. I want to give a big shout out to Vocal Inc. Production for allowing us to use this space at a very short notice. If y'all in Charlotte, stop by here. If you're in Atlanta, hit him up.
Yes,
he said
sir.
He'll work with anybody who's serious. So,
yes, sir. I rock with this studio, Vocal Inc.
Yeah, it's
good studio.
Fire, bro. But yeah, till next time, we'll see y'all next week on the next episode of the most versatile podcast in the world, The Bean Dip. So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again, bro. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Already. Appreciate it, bro.
Bro, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Easy peasy. Whew.